Again, I'm standing here to boost a weak, failed case of the state that I've endangered people's life. Where in the video and the evidence of the state do you see any form of evidence that the life of people were endangered? Is it because they are black people? They are bastardized? They are so animal so much that when you shoot, they will not run away.
Please let us not go in that direction and focus on answering the questions posed by Advocate Odex.
On which direction I'm answering? That's my answer. I'm not going to be told on how to answer. I've sat here for 5 years, listened to people critique and assassinate my character. It is my turn now, and the court has got a duty to listen to me. I've listened to everybody. It is my turn now to tell the side of my story, and I plead with the court to be patient. I might be irritating, I might not be liked, but the truth remains the truth, and I will never hide away from it. If their life was in danger, and the life of human beings was in danger, they were going to go for a cover. But because they are black, they are so bastardized. You don't care about their reaction, because anyway, even if it's a life ammunition, they will never go for a cover because they are animals. That's an insinuation that I've been here listening to for the past 5 years.
Hello guys, my name is Golden Boy, and I want you to listen to Malema, what he's really talking about. Now guys, in this video you're going to laugh, but that's what Malema is. So let's listen then and come back and discuss.
Now, you've explained to the court that you are proficient in shooting. Can you think of any possible explanation for how a cartridge was found in excess of 20 meters away from where you alleged to shoot?
I can only answer for what I've given to my lot to check and test. Those things of cartridges and rifles and it's not part of my business. You are not going to find a gun in another man's house and come and ask me. Asking me about the gun you found in another man's house. I'm not going to answer that. No one is going to ask me questions about something that was never found on me, about something that was never demonstrated any form of evidence before this worship as evidence against me. I've told this court, and this court in its judgment of 174 said, you can't say it's a mere toy and I take it as a mere toy without any form of evidence of a mere toy. I thought the honors were on the state because they are the ones who are alleging to prove that this is the real gun that this guy used and demonstrate why. But I'm here. The court said you can't say it's a mere toy and I accept it. Your worship, you said you can't take a weight of a mere toy. I brought the real stuff, not mere, not a rumor, real stuff. No, the real toy.
Anything else that you want to tell this court?
Well, I don't know, your worship, why is accused 2 not released on 174. I don't know why accused 2 is actually with me. Let me tell your worship what he doesn't know. Accused number 2 and Larry Mabunda were working for the same company. So if you say you're charging accused number 2 on the basis that he possibly somehow handed over the gun to me, you didn't have to speculate anything. The most suspicious suspect is Larry Mabunda on that video, who the gun was issued out in his name. And the gun that was issued out in his name is the gun in question now. So, meaning on that day, that gun was with Larry Mabunda. If it was not with him, Larry Mabunda ought to tell the court, where was that gun? Why was Larry Mabunda not charged? And an innocent man gets charged. I don't understand. And no one has ever said, accused number 2 has handed over the gun to me. If there was one witness who, when the video was now played, said, oh, I realized I was wrong to say he handed it over to me. Accused number 2 and accused number 0, Larry Mabunda, they are with me. In that picture is both of them coming to me. Why is it conclusive that the white man on the picture is the one who's charged? It's for obvious reason. It's a white man who's going to turn state witness against him. That was the intention. Little did they know that he's not a white man, it's not a black man, it's a South African who stand by the truth. They wanted him to sell me out. That's why they charged him, and they couldn't charge the one of the same skin with me, because they will use their skin to connive against the truth. Put a white man with him, the white man will sell him out. Little did they know that it's a soldier who dies with his boots on. So there's nothing wrong that this accused number 2 did in all respect. If anything, the police should have questioned the police that they have deployed, both in uniform and in VIP protection. No police officer was there, came here and said there was such an incident. After that, my lord, after this incident, when the masses left, you see where the tent was. It's not food. That tent is not a food tent. It's a VIP area. So when everybody left, we then retreated into that marquee. We stayed there and left around 2 a.m. That's how much there was no trouble. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just summarizing the last part of what you said, just a minute.
Did you shoot with a live round in a proper firearm on that day?
I've never used any firearm. I've never had any ammunition on that day.
You say never, you mean specifically to 28 July 2018?
Yes, on the day in question.
Were you ever in possession of a...
I just want to make sure I understand your client's evidence. Did you say you never used any type of firearm on that day?
Never used the which type? I said I've never used. So I've never used a gun. So a gun to me means a weapon that carries live ammunition. So any other thing else is not a gun. I've never used a gun that carries a live ammunition. So if I say a gun, I mean a gun. And there is a difference between a gun and a toy. I've never carried a gun on that day, and ammunition.
So where the state says that you had in your possession a .223 Norinco rifle, did you have such a real rifle in your possession?
I don't understand why the court wants me to help the state make its own case, because no state case has been made here that demonstrate that I carried that kind of weapon you are talking about. My DNA is not found on that weapon. My house was never searched. My workplace was never searched looking for that weapon. I was never questioned about that weapon. When I was sitting here, I heard that they went to find a weapon in someone's premises very far. I don't even know that address. Very far from where I stay. I must come before this court and answer for weapons that cannot be brought anywhere close to my skin or to me. No witness has ever led any evidence that I carried or discharged that kind of weapon. Remember, of all the witnesses that came here, Your Worship, I'm the only eyewitness you have. No one else was there. It's only me. Of all the people who appeared before you, it's only me who is an eyewitness before this court. There's never been. The rest were talking about seen on cell phone, seen on this, on seen on. I was there, and I don't remember carrying that.
Do you have any firearm that could shoot live rounds in your possession at the stadium on 28 July 2018?
I did not have any firearm that could shoot live ammunition on the day in question. And no one else can say I had. Not at least those who came before, Your Worship.
Did you discharge any such firearm in a built-up or public area?
I've not done so. And when you play the video at some point, I will actually show Your Worship that a police officer from the VIP protection is actually on that stage with me. It's a officer of the court. If I had discharged anything that has got live ammunition in public in the presence of police officer, ordinarily they would have acted on me. But equally, police officers, Your Worship, especially the VIP protection, they carry with them what is called a pocket book. Why didn't the investigating officer, objective investigating officer, not go and fetch the pocket book of the police? That pocket book, they record everything. It doesn't matter how small that detail can be. You'll find it in the pocket book of the VIP protector. But equally, no one can come here like I almost heard the prosecutor or someone say, but it looks like they were saying they were in the car. They were not with you. If they are in a car, they are car guards. They are not bodyguards. Those protectors have to be where the principal is. And I demonstrated, I took it to the extreme, that even in a bathroom, you can't enter before they enter, and once you enter, they stand by the door. That's how close they are.
You say they were in the car with you?
No, they were in the car with me when we were coming to the stadium.
That's what I'm
Yes, when I went on stage, they were with me on the stage.
Yes. I was unclear because he said they're now car guards. I wasn't sure if they were in the car, same.
Yes.
Yes, so I needed to be clarified.
I'm trying to differentiate, Your Worship, that If they are in the car and there's no principal, they are not bodyguards, they are car guards. They are cutting the gun.
Two were with you coming from Pretoria.
2 was with me from Pretoria and 2 from here in the Eastern Cape. I had 4 on that day. 4 police officers with me. Everywhere I went, they were next to my body. And ordinarily on such occasions, the president of the organization becomes a high security risk. You can't leave him and go and sleep in the car like it was alleged at some point.
Did you fail to take such reasonable precautions or have such a firearm in your possession on 28 July 2018 at the stadium?
That stage where it is alleged I was shooting live ammunition from, it is called the dome. It has got a sail, a plastic covering it. And if you shoot from that stage with a gun that is pointing up, it is bound to damage that particular stage. The people of the stage came here, told you and this court that the inspection was done by the police. They did the inspection themselves on their stage and all of their properties. None of the properties were damaged, which is a clear demonstration that no live ammunition was shot from that podium. Equally, I've not endangered any life, and I did not have to take any precautionary measures to save life because I was never in such a position where I can damage life. Where real life ammunition gets fired, human beings, even without looking at where the sound comes from, they go for a cover. Again, I'm standing here to boost a weak, failed case of the state that I've endangered people's life. Where in the video and the evidence of the state do you see any form of evidence that the life of people were endangered? Is it because they are black people? They are bastardized? They are so animal so much that when you shoot, they will not run away.
Please let us not go in that direction and focus on answering the questions posed by Advocate Odex.
On which direction I'm answering, that's my answer. I'm not going to be told on how to answer. I've sat here for 5 years, listened to people critique and assassinate my character. It is my turn now, and the court has got a duty to listen to me. I've listened to everybody. It is my turn now to tell the side of my story, and I plead with the court to be patient. I might be irritating, I might not be liked, but the truth remains the truth, and I will never hide away from it. If the life was in danger, and the life of human beings was in danger, they were going to go for a cover. But because they are black, they are so bastardized. You don't care about their reaction because anyway, even if it's a live ammunition, they will never go for a cover because they are animals. That's an insinuation that I've been here listening to for the past 5 years.
Did you ever endanger any of those class of persons' lives or property?
These people, if their lives were endangered, you mentioned the Mudantsane people. I'm endangering the lives of Mudantsane people. Someone was saying, no, because they are all EFF there, maybe they are unable to come forward. They say I've endangered the life of Mudantsane people. Who of Mudantsane people came before this court and said I've endangered their life? Who of the Gear House people, they are not EFF members, who of the Gear House people came before this court, which rejected 174 and said he endangered our life? Who of the service providers of the EFF, who are not members of the EFF, came before this court and said endangered our lives? Who of the journalists who were there, enjoying themselves dancing, came forward here and said, you have endangered our lives? No single person came forward to say I've endangered their lives. So, Your Worship, which case am I answering here? Which is made by who against me that I've endangered their lives? What are they? Are they all of those people scared of the EFF? It's practically impossible. Again, I've been invited into this box to boost a weak case of the state. How do you go and sit, Your Worship, and watch a video the same way you watch Muvango, and you say people are intimidated on a video? Then Muvango must be very scary for you. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have much to talk in this video, but you can see that the way Malema is really trying to defend himself, like for sure, he was being charged because he owned a firearm, while the court was saying that he owned a firearm, while the court was saying that he had toys. So there's so much indifferences between Malema and the judge. And if you are very keen in this video, you'll find that the judge themselves and the white people were already afraid of Malema. And That's what malema is. So I don't know if you can see that there's so much arrogant, or I don't know which character of are you seeing in this video, but you can see that there is so much indifferences. More so when these white people are involved in these cases. So guys, for a very long time, I've been listening to Malema, I've been following Malema, and the moment he speak from the heart, and the heart is from speak about the black people and many things here. So that's it's not also about the context, but in the intro you'll find that he was trying to infiltrate about the black and the white people. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about. Do you think that is the reason why most of the people don't want Malema, didn't want Malema to be a president of South Africa? Because we as Africans from away from South Africa, we are not we are not we don't know the inner part, the inner side of Malema. We don't know. Like we really don't know about him, but we have been hearing from his speech and what he has been trying to defend the people of South Africa, and few of them really came out and supported him during the vote. So does it mean that since that time you have also been seeing that how Malema has been arrogant? Is it because he has been arrogant, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's what I'm trying to see in Malema. Do you think that he's trying to be arrogant in this situation? So that's all I wanted to talk about, and you have listened. It was just a self-explanatory video. Like you have listened from this judge court that for sure the white people are really afraid of Malema, because maybe one day I believe one day he'll try and come back and vie for this. And others have also come out and said that it is because of his arrogance that many people never voted for him, because he don't know what he's really talking about. He's confused. He want borderlines, open borders, many things. People say that those are the things that brought Malema down. So I'm not good into politics of South Africa, but that was just my mind, what I was trying to say in this video. Imekata. Vivian. Imekata. Shit.